I'm not on TikTok. I'm a social media guy, but I'm not on TikTok because I
Uh,
tried it and it was just too overwhelming. It was too much
It's
stuff.
too good.
It's too good. It was too
Works
much
too
stuff.
well.
Works too well. Too
It
much, too
works.
much
It worked.
incoming.
Obviously, it worked too well. But I do like Facebook Reels. I like
Hmm.
Facebook Reels a lot. I like YouTube Shorts. I like YouTube Shorts a lot, and I like Instagram Shorts. I know Instagram and Facebook are the same. So you've probably just identified my demographic of what I watch. So as a business person trying to get in front of their clients, talk about the hotness of being able to understand where you should put your videos.
Yes. So I think one of the most important considerations, if you're a small business owner and you're like, hey, how do I get referrals? How do I get clients? The first thing is that you need to be really efficient with your time. And um, so when you're building a website for a company, and so I've been doing this, I've been building websites for 20 years now, but specifically by myself for orthodontists and dentists for the last 10 years, you get a really interesting insight into what entrepreneurs struggle with, because website is really, it's a marketing system. I'm part of a marketing category of business. And so over the last 10 years, I've worked with, as I mentioned, a really broad cross section of companies and businesses. And when you're building a website for an entrepreneur, you have to learn how the business works. You have to learn where that entrepreneur is now, and then you actually get an insight into how this business develops over time. What do they struggle with? Which business does well and which business doesn't do well? And so I actually came up with a bunch of insights about this, and a lot of them ran counter to what we were hearing from that's sort of out there about how business works. But one of the things, to come back to your question, that I saw was people were using their time very, very inefficiently in order to get their message out. So one of the first things, and this is more maybe 8 years ago, 9 years ago, was like, okay, content is king, and so you should put a blog together. Because if you put a blog together, then people will see the content. It'll and then the message will get out there on the internet, and then they'll click on the article, and then they'll go to your website. Well, every single one of my clients followed the same pattern, which is, I'm really excited to do this blog post. I can't wait to share my ideas. Oh my God, this is great. So they write the first one, it gets 3 hits, and 2 of them were just them reloading the page. And then they got to write their second one on the next week, and then they barely make it through their second blog post, and then they never want to do another blog post again because they're just not getting any traction. And what I would say is they're using their time very, very inefficiently.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank, big fish, small pond in the shrimp